This story might make you decide to go back to the old-fashioned way of meeting people. I was home a lot. I worked at home. A friend of mine told me, why don't you go online? Join one of those dating sites. Then you can take your pick of someone you'd want to meet. I was very hesitant about it. I never thought that was the way I wanted to meet someone. So one night I decided to give it a try. I found someone on there that had the same interests as me, looked like a nice person, so I went ahead and messaged him. We decided to meet at a public place, of course, and decided to meet at a restaurant in town where I lived. So the date was set. I was getting ready, got in my car, and drove down there. He was waiting there. He greeted me and said, hello, my name is so-and-so. And I said, my name, and then we decided to go sit down. We got seated at a table, and we started talking. It was a very nice conversation. He seemed like a very pleasant person. Well, I had got up to use the restroom. We had ordered our food ahead of time. I went to the restroom, I came back, and our food was already there. So I started eating, and I had some of my coffee. And then a few minutes later, I didn't feel very well. It just hit me, and I just felt terrible all of a sudden. So I told him, I said, you know, I would really like to finish this date, but I really don't feel well. I think I'm gonna go home. And he said, well, I'll follow you home to make sure you get home okay. And I said, no, that's all right, because I really felt sick. I thought I wouldn't be much company if I felt this way. I go, maybe we can do this another time. And he goes, well, I just want to make sure that you make it home okay. So I agreed, and he followed me home. On the way home, I had my windows rolled down, and I was trying to get some air. And it was a little drive. By the time I got home, I felt a little better. So I stopped my car in my driveway. He parked out front of the house. He got out of the car and he said, how are you feeling? Are you okay? And I said, you know, I do feel a little bit better. Would you like to come in? And he said, sure. I came in. He was behind me. We started talking. I had put my purse and my keys on the counter. And I went to get me a drink of water because I started feeling sick again. So I got myself a cup of water, and I had offered him something to drink. And he also wanted a drink of water, so I got him some water, and I just couldn't shake it. I just felt like I was coming down with something rather fast, and I told him, you know, I'm so sorry, but I think we're gonna have to call it a night. I just really don't feel well. He said, all right, well, maybe I'll call you tomorrow if that's okay. I said, okay, that's fine. I walked into the door, I closed the door, locked it, and I went up to bed. It was feeling so bad. I just felt like I was gonna throw up. My throat, my head hurt mostly. I felt nauseated, and I was trying to relax. I was laying in bed, and I was very relaxed. I wasn't asleep yet, and all of a sudden I kept hearing noises walking around, and then I realized there was someone in the house. There was it sounded like paper or plastic or something rustling and crumbling. So I had my cell phone with me in my room, and I called the police, and I kept hearing the noises, and pretty soon the cops got there. And I was on the phone with the operator, and she asked me if the police were there. Had they arrived yet? I said, yes, they're here. And they had come in. The front door, I guess, was open. I can hear them downstairs. And I went out to see what was going on. I had an upstairs, downstairs place. I came out of my room getting ready to come downstairs, and I was met by an officer. He said, I don't want you to go down there. And I said, well, why not? And he said, it's just best you wait here. And I said, well, I live here. This is my home. I want to see what's going on. So I went downstairs, and the guy that I had met was in handcuffs in my living room. And my living room was covered in plastic, my couches and love seat and the floor. And on that looked like knives, a saw laying on the plastic. Apparently, when we had went out, I met on our date, he had put something in my coffee when I had went to the bathroom, and he had planned on, I suppose, getting rid of me. He must have taken my keys when I had set them on the counter. I think that it's best to meet people like we always do, get to know them before we decide to invite them in our homes. I don't think I'll be doing that online dating anymore. Stay safe, people.